Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'll be talking about a very interesting event that happened to me just before Year 12 started. So ages ago in August I think, Big Hit had a conference which revealed that Big Hit and Source Music were going to be making a girl group together. I remember I was on the train where my current thumbnail designer was like, oh, we should try it out. And I was like, no, what the heck? And then lo and behold, the PLUS Global Auditions were born. So then September 15th, one day before I got a fever again, I decided to go onto the website and just check it out, you know, and then I saw the qualifications and I was like, oh, I kind of fit the qualifications, okay. And then I scrolled down and then I clicked on apply and then I entered my email and then I had to verify my email and then it took me to an application form. And when I saw attach a file, I was like, what is going on? You know, like I had no idea what was going on. So then it just said image, media file and URL, but it didn't say what. So I was confused. And then I just exited the tab. And then I came back the next day to like have a glance over everything to like make sure I know what I'm doing. I still had no idea what I was doing. And then I just left it because prelims, you know, I was super sick. I completely like left it until the last day before the form for me had been filled in because I was planning to audition in Melbourne on the 13th and you have to hand in your form 6 days before the actual audition if you made it in. So that would be on the 7th. You know, I had to hand in my form on the 7th and I already had plans that day. Like I couldn't like practice or choose a song or do anything then. I remember about the audition at around like 9:45 because that day had been like quite hectic. I think I kind of lost track of time because by then it was 10:45 and I was like, okay, so I warmed up but haven't sung anything yet, I haven't recorded anything. What am I going to do for my form? Bless you. What am I going to do for my form, you know? And then I warmed up a little bit more because I took a 30-minute break and my voice is slowly dying, was slowly dying because I had just like fully recovered from my sickness like a few days ago. It was like 11:30, I'm pretty sure, and I was like, okay, what am I doing? So then I put up the phone on my laptop and I filled in everything. No, I didn't fill in anything. Yeah, I didn't fill in anything. I just put up the phone on my laptop and then I went to go record my song. For the online audition, I sang Colours of the Wind from Pocahontas. Okay, I remember it was like 11:45, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna record it as many times as I can before I have to leave to put my form in before 12 AM or else I'm not gonna be able to like put in my form at all. So I was just recording and I hated it, so I deleted it and I kept on recording and it was also bad, so I kept on deleting and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna have to like film the whole thing and just put one through, doesn't matter. So I recorded 3 full recordings. So bad. It was like around 11:49 because I remember this. And I was like, oh, well, I have 10 minutes. Okay, I have to go now. I sent it through email as well, so it took like an extra like 2 minutes to download it from there. I had to convert it into MP3. So that took like 6 minutes. It was 11:56. And I was like, uh-oh. So I was filling in everything, but for some reason it took longer than I expected. So by then it was kind of like 12 or like 3 AM of the 8th of October. And I was like, so I just missed out. Okay, that's okay, whatever, I'll still just send it through, whatever. And then I just sent it through at like 12:09, 08, I don't know. And then I got an email from PLUS Global Audition at 12:11 AM on October the 8th, which says application submission history. Hello, blah blah, this is confirmation email, QR code, so that if I got in, then on the day they'd have to scan it, right? And then I read it and it says date of application submission. It said 2019 October the 7th 22:11:33 and I was like, 7th? Hang on, didn't I send it in at 12:00 something on the 8th? So maybe it's not with Australia time. Good job me, yeah, go me, you know, I did not expect that. So then the next day I celebrated me actually like handing it in. Celebrated by eating 3 cheese corn dogs. While I was actually making those 3 cheese corn dogs, I had gotten another email from PLUS Global Audition at 4:39 PM on the 8th, which says PLUS Global Audition notice email. Hello, thank you for applying for the PLUS Global Audition. Please carefully review the audition schedule as well as important information included in this email so that your audition experience will be as smooth as possible. And then they sent me the date, the time, and the venue, and I was like, wait, does this mean that I made it through online? And then I was like, well, that means I have 5 days to figure out accommodation, travel, what song to sing. It was a friggin' rush. In the end, it was just 4 days like of just nothing because we couldn't make a decision on whether I could go or not. The day before I would have to depart, right, Friday, I hadn't chosen a song yet either, so it was so stressful. On that Friday, I had to book accommodation, book travel and everything, and it was really stressful. I had to ask Rachel and Anna, the thumbnail designer, to help me find some accommodation. And in the end, I chose Rachel's accommodation, which was my accommodation, but things happened. It was really funny. And then I had to pack, and then Saturday I had to leave. In the end, with travel, I had to actually leave on Monday from Melbourne, so I would get to school on Tuesday. So I missed the first day of Year 12. Then I made it to Melbourne at around 7 to 8 something at night because I met my train. Got to my hotel at around 9. I had to have a shower and eat food, and by then it was 10 and I still had not chosen a song, nor did I practice singing at all that whole day because I was on a train. Did not want to annoy the public. The next day was the audition, and here I was, completely screwed. If I prepared, like, it would have gone better. It would have gone better. Let me just say that. It would have gone a lot better. On Sunday, I woke up at 6 something, did some vocal exercises, and I tried practicing my song that I had chosen, which was Sue Me by Sabrina Carpenter. And then I had some breakfast, and then I had to catch an Uber to my place of my audition. Hi guys, so it's the morning of. My voice isn't working out today, you know. I tried to warm up and it just didn't really work. Also, I think I might be losing my voice. That's fun. Anyway, yeah, okay, bye. That would be the day when I would have my first audition ever. I'd actually watched other people's experiences beforehand in like America. They were before Australia. Said that we should show up half an hour to an hour early for like registration. So I did that, and there was no one there. Like when I came there at 10 AM, because my audition was at 11, the staff were holding boxes and they were like going in. So I was like, oh, they're still setting up. So they're like, oh yeah, come back at 11. And I was like, okay, thank you. So I went to the shopping centre. And then I had actual breakfast, you know, because I did not have an actual breakfast. All I had was an apple. When I came back, there were so many people lining up. And the line went like to like the next building. Like it was so long. There was so many people like practicing. Like all the dancers were practicing their routines. And I was like, oh damn, they're so cool. Right? And then at actual 11 AM, they asked for us to line up. So we lined up in front of the door. When the moment we went through the doors, there was a cameraman already there. He was walking along the line. He was filming everything. So then there was this girl in front of me, and we started talking, and we became friends. Because it turns out she's from Sydney as well. You know, Nikita, I see you. There's like another door, and then we had to walk through that door, and there was a staff member who would ask us when our audition time was and like check our emails to see if it was the actual 11 AM time slot. And then he'd let us through. And then once we walked through that second door, there was another line and another staff member there. They were like, they were asking us to stop there because we had to go to another line. So many lines here. We had to line up for the actual registration line. And then it was our turn to go up to the actual registration line. After that, staff checked another element of our email. And then we lined up across to the front in front of like the kiosk place, and then scanned our QR codes, and then they gave us an audition sticker and like souvenirs, they said. So this was my audition sticker. I was number 29. It says PLUS Global Audition on it, and it has hearts. And they gave us these PLUS Global Audition ticket thing. It's like that, and it's like embossed. It's metallic. It's like the ticket that they posted on their social media. They gave us a sticker, a PLUS Global Audition sticker, the ice cream cones. We had to walk to a waiting room. Like in the email it said that there was no waiting room for like the parents, right? But there was a waiting room inside. So for us, so we take off our shoes and then walk inside because it's like dance studio. And we had to leave our water bottles outside. We walked into that room, and then there was a staff member there, and they were like, oh, what category, right? So I said singing. There was singing and dancing because rapping is part of singing. So singing and dancing. And then I walked in with Nikita, and there were 2 dance lines already, and then we had to go to the 3rd line, which was for singing. I'm pretty sure there were 5 to 6 lines. Slowly the lines were called to leave the waiting room. So the dance throws were called out first. They got up, they left, went outside, and then we just sat here waiting. We were like, is that the actual audition? Are they going now? But then we got called up to go out, and it turns out that wasn't the actual audition yet. We just had to go outside and line up on the fake grass area in our lines again. All the dancers had to like change their phone settings so that it wouldn't like turn off or anything while they were actually dancing and plugged in. I turned to my left and made friends with another person. It turns out all 3 of us are from Sydney. Wow, Sydney silence. The first row of dance got caught up and everyone was like cheering for them, saying you got this. We waited for like a minute in between. And then the second row got caught up, so everyone was confused, but everyone was still cheering, clapping for the second row. Then my line, the singing line, got called up to go, right? And we were like, oh my god, is this the actual audition? Turns out, once again, it's not the actual audition yet. We had to go into a line that was a waiting to wait for the real audition line. There's like a line ahead of us and then there's this line. Right, so we're waiting to wait for the audition. And then my line is just bam, we started talking to each other and then we all became friends. Yeah! We talked for a while, we got to know each other better, and then the door of the room in front of us, next to the waiting line, opened and people came out. And we were like, oh my god. And they wished us two lines good luck. Because they left, that line had to move up and into the room, and then my line had to move up into the waiting to audition line now, for real. So we moved up right next to the room where the auditions were being held. And then we waited for a little bit, only a little bit. Felt like a very short amount of time. My heart is literally pounding right now, it's okay. And then the door opened again, and then they walked out and they wished us luck. We had to walk into the room now. The staff member who was standing next to us, she was like, okay, off you guys go, good luck. We walked into the audition room. The moment you walk into the room, on the other side, there is a table and a staff member behind. And I'm pretty sure there was another staff member standing on the side. And there was a camera pointed straight at us. Like how I'm filming right now, but like further away. On the side, there were black chairs lined up against the mirror. So then we were told to sit on it in our order, in our line. And then they started recording on the camera and they told us we couldn't clap for people. But because we are nice people and we're friends and we fairy clapped for each other. And then they called us up to go audition one at a time in order. So it started on this side, closest to the judge. Just so you know, everyone was like so good. It was like, I just like went to like a concert for free. And then like at the time I was so calm. I was like, oh yeah, it's okay if I don't get in. Because like I wasn't planning to get in. I wasn't even planning to make it past online. And then the moment I stood up, because it was my turn, my heart went 0 to 100 real quick. And I could feel it pounding. If I looked down, you could see my heart like physically going like this out of my chest. And I was like, what is going on? Why do we have to walk behind a line made out of these stickers? When I stood there, I could feel everything like restricting. I was like, it was really hard to breathe, right? But I was like, whatever, YOLO. Then I started to sing and it was all going nicely. My voice was sounding better than it actually is because the acoustics went and my sound was flowing and I was enjoying the music that I was making. And then I forgot the lyrics. Like, in my mind I was like, why did the music stop? You know, because it was just silence. Because it was so like echoey and then it was just silence. And I was like, what is this? You know? Like, what the actual heck is happening? And I was so confused. And I was like, why did the music stop? Like, what's happened to the music? And then I was like, wait a minute, I'm the one singing. I forgot the lyrics, bro. And I was like, I couldn't even keep calm at that point. I was literally freaking out. I was like, and I was like hyperventilating almost. I looked at my friends and I was like, oh my god guys, what do I do? You're only allowed to have 40 seconds for your audition, right? And my part alone probably took like 5 minutes of like their storage or something. What I'd actually done is I went, that's my, yeah, psych. You didn't think I'd actually sing for you guys, did I? I can remember just freaking out completely, just not like keeping it professional at all. And then the staff member was like, oh, it's okay, just keep going, you know, just keep going. So I was like, okay. So I tried to start again from that spot, you know, so sue me. And once again, I blanked out completely. And this time I like fully blanked out. Last time I had like an inkling of what I was supposed to sing, but this time I just completely blanked out. And I was like, I can't remember the rest of the song at all. I just lost it completely. So there I was, once again, just like silence. Nothing came from my mouth. The staff, I was like, oh, can I redo my audition again? They're like, no, just have to keep on going. So I was like, okay. So I tried to keep on going. Bye. Once again, I literally messed up so many times. You can't count it. It was so many times. And then once again, I had to rely on my friends. I was like, guys, what do I do? And I was like freaking out fully this time. And they're like, it's okay, deep breath in. So I did that and they're like, you got this. I was like, okay. I just took a deep breath in on the side. I was like, and I decided to just skip the first half of the chorus. The words I forgot was, for looking too pretty tonight, wearing your favourite colour under the lights. For doing everything right. So then I started again from, so sue me, for being good friends with your friends and running into the place that we met, for being something you can't forget, so sue me. Yeah, you'd think that's how it would go, but mine did not go like that. I forgot the words for, and running into you the place that we met. So I kind of just made one up on the spot. I'm pretty sure. Can't remember. I literally cannot remember what happened properly. Honestly, I should have just made up the lyrics from the beginning, but my mind just stopped functioning. I don't know. Like normally I'm not that bad in situations, but my mind just stopped functioning. So I'd actually planned for this song to have like a start, and then it'd like build up till this one point, and then it'd soften completely, and there'd be like a little nice thing on the end. But that did not happen because my audition did not go the way I planned it to at all. I forgot the words. Okay, well anyway, bye. Like literally, how does this even happen? I bet that no one at all in any of the countries that they had put auditions in blanked out and forgot the lyrics as badly as I did across all the countries that they held auditions in. I was probably like the only one. Like I messed up so bad, it was unbelievable. And that's not my first audition. Anyway, my audition was like basically a joke because it was so terrible. But I can't exactly remember what I did though because it was all a blur to me, you know. But I think I didn't bow and say thank you properly. Like I probably could have like saved myself just a little bit if I just kept on smiling and just kept it together and just bowed and gone thank you and walked back to my seat. But I'm pretty sure I didn't. I'm pretty sure I walked past the line a little bit and then I was like, oh, thank you. And then I kind of just left like that onto my seat. Like, girl, who does that, you know? It's okay. And then like everyone else went after me. The talent in that room, crazy. And then the last person had to go, Chloe. You know, she had a guitar with her and she was singing Love Yourself, right? And then the camera guy walked in. And then he started filming her and she was sitting on the floor with a guitar, she was playing, she was singing. After she went, the staff stopped recording and they're like, okay, thank you can leave now. So we all left, we walked out the door and then we wished the other lines good luck. Then we headed out and then we took a group photo. We exchanged Instagrams and made a group chat. So now we have a group chat with Melbourne and Sydney people. And that was my entire experience. Overall, the experience was really exciting. I was just a little bit disappointed in my performance, but that's okay. If I was to do this again, I would definitely prepare way earlier. Cause I literally chose the song I was gonna sing at 10 p.m. the night before in the hotel with like no singing at all, ever, basically. It was just, no, it was not good. I should have prepared a lot earlier. If I was given another chance, I'd definitely do it all over again. Or like, you know, maybe I'll find another audition somewhere and I'll just try out for that one. I don't know. I just want to go through one audition where I don't feel bad about my performance. I'm pretty sure if I just smiled and bowed at the end and said thank you properly, then I would have felt a bit better about myself. But I was just so stressed that I couldn't even do that properly. Like, really, Brittany? Really? So the takeaway from this video is that my entire audition experience was a joke, but this whole audition experience was a very memorable and enjoyable journey. What I went through, that's like a unique individual human experience. If I just viewed the audition as a performance rather than an actual audition, then I would have done better. So from this audition, I've experienced a lot of things that I wish I did not have to experience, but I did. So I've compiled a list of 4 tips that will help you not do what I do. I hope you never have to go through that. No. The first tip is to be prepared. Now, I know it sounds really obvious, but it's really good to be prepared, you know, because that way you know what you're going into. You're going to go into the audition and you're going to know your piece already off by heart. It'll be good, you know. And if you do happen to lose your place, then it should be an easy flow because of the familiarity you already have with your piece. However, if you are leaving a decision to the last minute like I did, then I would definitely recommend you choosing a song or a dance that you have practiced and sung or danced to multiple times. Like, it's so much better. What I did, I chose my song at 10 p.m. the night before the audition, which was at 11, and I had only heard this song like 3 times over my entire life. So I do not recommend doing that at all. With your song, you should practice it multiple times, record it, listen to yourself, and fix up any mistakes that you find. With your dance, you should learn the dance off by heart first, and then record yourself, watch it back, and then try to fix anything. Tip number 2 is to make up the lyrics or the dance in the case that you forget. Now, I did not do that. I very much did not do that. However, there are people in my line who did forget a little bit, or they kind of stumbled, but they really quickly covered that up really professionally by adding some other lyric or just making up their own completely. Now, it may not be the whole correct song, but at least you sang something. That's if you forget the song. Now if you forget the dance, well, just freestyle. You can just freestyle. It shows off your personality, shows off your dance moves, shows off the inventory that you have, and then maybe if you just forget that one part, you can go back into the dance and continue the routine from there, and it'll be fine. You should be fine. Chances are they don't even know the song or the choreography that you're auditioning with. With my case, when people were asking me what I was singing and I said Sue Me by Sabrina Carpenter, everyone was like, oh, cool, I don't know that song. If I just made up the lyrics like I'm suggesting right now, everything could have been salvaged, you know? It could have been okay, it could have been alright. Tip number 3 is don't psych yourself out. Again, a very obvious tip, but it's really important. Before I was auditioning, I was sitting there and I was going through the lyrics in my head, and then I got up and then I just froze, right? That's not the way to go. From tip number 1, you should already be prepared. So going through the lyrics in your head over and over again is probably not going to do you any good. You're just psyching yourself out and you're putting more pressure on yourself to get them right. Otherwise, it's game over for you, which is basically what I did. I just kept going through it over and over and over. And then I got up and then I sang it and then I forgot a lyric and then I couldn't even make it up because I was so focused on getting that one line right, because I had been psyching myself out by going through the lyrics in my head before the audition. So just don't do that. On the other hand, as a former dancer, before competitions and going up to compete, I would be practicing and doing the moves and the routine in my head and then like in real life. And then because it's a dance routine, it's a physical thing. So your body should already be like accustomed to it, knowing like what comes next because you've practiced so much. Presumably, you know? Step 1, be prepared. Very important step. So by practicing it before the actual event or audition, it should just be little enhancements that you find that you can add to the way that you're dancing it to improve your routine a little bit and make it stand out a little bit more. My 4th and final tip is to be confident. This is this is probably the most important tip that I have out of these 4 tips today. Have confidence in yourself. If you've made it to the actual audition, then it means that they've recognized your talent and your ability, so you don't have to be worried that you don't have any talent or ability or that they chose you as a mistake, as I definitely thought they did. I was like, were they supposed to choose me with that recording? Really? So I was like already like putting myself down. Like that's not something you should be doing. You should be elevating yourself and trying to do the best for you. On the actual day, if you're worried that someone has sung or danced better than you, then you have to remember that everyone is different and individual and unique. Even if the other person's technique is better, everyone has their own style and personality that they put into the performance. Besides, technique is something that can be taught through training, but style and personality is your own. If you find it hard to be confident, just fake it till you make it. You know, just fake it till you make it. That's just YOLO. You just gotta YOLO through life sometimes. This is probably the most important tip because if you're confident, you don't really need tip 3 and you don't really need tip 2. If you're confident, then you shouldn't have to try to go over stuff in your head and try to memorize things, because if you're confident, then you believe in yourself and you know you can do this because you can do this. If you really struggle with being confident in front of other people and like especially at an audition, there are heaps of videos on YouTube teaching you how to fake it. Literally fake it till you make it. And if you've tried those, you want to be extra sure. In the moment, just think of your love and your passion for singing and dancing and performing in front of other people and how that makes you feel. You know, it should be like a real boost for you. I didn't do that. I didn't do any of these tips. So all these tips are what I've gathered from my own personal experience at the audition for PLUS Global. If you're watching this video to get advice before your audition or your first audition perhaps, I really hope that you consider these tips a lot. Like it would really have helped me with my first audition. And just remember, if you stuff up or if you do a little mistake somewhere, it's okay. They probably won't notice unless you make it obvious. What I did. If you just continue and you take the tips and I've given you today, then hopefully you'll be fine. You know, you can do this. Good luck. Good luck. Good luck. Wait a minute, just before you leave, I have another bonus tip for you. So tip number 5 is don't take it too seriously. If anything goes wrong at the audition, don't take it too hard, okay? This is actually the one tip that I did take into consideration at the time. After I messed up multiple times, really badly, I sat back down in my chair and I watched the rest of the auditions, and then we got to leave. And at the time I was laughing around and joking about how bad I did, and I didn't take it too seriously, and it really helped me. Like, if I had taken it really seriously, then obviously I wouldn't be here talking to you guys about my experience right now. I just take it all in as an experience, and it's contributed to you being the person you are today. So yeah, don't take it too seriously. I hope you do the best. Good luck. Bye. So, thank you guys for watching my video today. It's this is probably my most embarrassing story of my entire life that I just put out there into the world for you guys, for everyone to enjoy and possibly learn from, you know? I hope this was a very educational experience for everybody. So thank you for watching my video. If you liked it, please click the like button somewhere down below, and maybe click the subscribe button somewhere down below, and click the little bell icon notification thingy to get notifications every single time I upload. Down below somewhere. Okay, so thank you for watching. Bye! 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.